everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a very important new word from our sponsors. Check it out.
What are we working out today?
But these things won't stay in. Damn it.
You having trouble?
Yeah.
They're brand new. Let me see. Oh, geez, man, you've got a mustache coming out of your ear. That's so gross. Here, use the Weed Whacker 2.0. It'll take care of your ears and your nose. Stop being gross.
Huh? What do I do with this?
Guys, you only get one chance at a first impression. Make sure it's a good one. It's time to level up your groom game with the Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear trimmer. Get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com/Angry Joe Show.
Yep, this is way better.
You figure out which hole to stick it in?
Yes.
Yeah.
These are one of the products that I actually need daily. I said it in the last one is that I suffer from grandpa ear. And my hair just keeps growing there. I don't know why it grows there
You need to enhance
so
your
fast.
hearing.
But the Weed Whacker 1.0 worked. This actually works even better. Weed Whacker 2.0. They definitely take feedback. So pick it up if you don't have one already and you have the same issues that I do. Or maybe your nose hairs grow faster. I don't know.
Well, in AJS News, we also have a important video and stream coming this week. OJ, tell him what you're eating.
One chip challenge.
Just OJ, not me. You eat it by himself?
you're doing it too.
You're
Yeah,
doing
I'm
it
doing
too.
it too. I'm doing it too.
This is why. Well, these two have done a charity stream every year. Last year, and this is even 2022, so it's going to be extra spicy. They hit the goal. What is it? Achievement that you have to do the one chip challenge, and if you want to make them do it again, hang out with us on
Friday at 4 p.m. Central. We're going to do the next charity stream, and Dr. Evil is going to be joining us in person. And so if you've ever wanted to punish Dr. Evil, now is the time.
Make our community manager do gross shit.
Yeah.
If he's ever banned you,
Now is your chance.
Timed you out. He wanted to be a part of it, so he's going to come over, and we're going to have a lot of fun on Friday, 4 p.m. Central.
Yes.
I've got some stuff that I don't think OJ will want to speak. He doesn't even know what I purchased, and so I think
I saw that one.
I told you some of them. I told you some of them. So I bought a bunch of
puke.
I got some fried crickets, grasshoppers,
Oh,
mealworms,
hell no.
grubs.
No.
Yeah.
Don't save some.
There's some worse stuff than that, and
my
because
God.
like Dr. Evil thought it's like, oh, I like some of the stuff you've tried before. It's like, well, I'm not getting you any of that stuff. I'm getting way worse stuff. So it's gonna be a fun time.
For charity.
For charity. It's all for charity. It's the only reason we do it. So make sure you join us Friday, 4 p.m. Central.
AJS News, working on Dead Island. We'll probably be filming that one tomorrow. We are having problems with Jedi Survivor on PC. There's really like game-breaking bugs, fucking the save files. So give us a little longer on that one. And I hear Redfall is not doing too well either. We're just having a really bad time recently. So please be patient on the reviews. They are coming. And then in AJS news, I got some feedback that I need to, continue to let Alex finish his news stories before I go on my angry rant. So we're going to make sure that Alex is completely reading his news stories. Watch the previous video. He says he has, what did you call it?
I have resting bitch face. I know
He
it.
doesn't really care. So people are like looking at Alex's face while I'm interrupting.
We have
it's like, that's just the way it is.
You have conversations with people, and sometimes you're going to talk over each other, and it's just like it's for
But it is a very good
Smile.
feedback. I am not above taking
Yeah,
feedback
just
and
smile.
criticism. So
There you
let's
go.
definitely, give Alex time to read the news stories before I go on angry rants or interrupt fully, and have this a little more structured. Or no, we said we'll keep it dynamic, but we'll just let
Yes.
people finish. And then correction to the Dark and Darker story. I recommend a YouTube channel. Kira goes a lot more in depth in the Dark and Darker situation because I was like, I wasn't fully informed on that one. So I'll do better jobs on both of those. And yeah, let's dive into the rest of the news this week. Alex, what the hell else has happened over the past week?
Would you like to play Titanfall 3?
Yes!
Well, I bet you fucking would, but we still aren't getting it.
Damn it.
Then why?
Vince Zampinella was asked about it this week, saying about the possibility of a Titanfall 3. And what Vince said is, I hate to say yes, then people latch onto that and skewer you when it doesn't come, but I would love to see it happen is the real answer. Talking about it has to be the right thing. It's such a beloved franchise for the fans and also for us. If it's not the right moment in time, the right idea, then it just doesn't make sense. And I don't like that.
He's going to
Give
be
your
asked.
hopes up again.
Yeah.
He's going to be asked that from now to the end of his career if it doesn't happen. So he's just getting geared up for the long haul. Just make it happen. It's what people want. It's what I want.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
So they said it looks like Respawn will have to figure out a way to make a Titanfall game that doesn't distract from Apex Legends.
Oh my God, is that what they said it is?
What he says is there's how you do something that doesn't confuse people that are Apex fans but not necessarily Titanfall fans yet. It's a hard question to answer.
He thinks you're stupid. He's like, we can't make this game because you'll confuse it for the free-to-play shooter where there's no robots. And then when you see robots, you'll go, oh no, I can no longer play the no-robot game.
Yeah.
Fucking corporate speak, man. Corporate think, rather.
Yeah,
They're just out of touch.
mainly it just sounds like, remember, the Respawn is kind of owned and controlled by EA, and so there's a lot more here than does Vince want to make the game. I'm sure Vince wants to make the game, but Vince is probably being told to work on a bunch of other things. They've got terrible Star Wars games to put out. I'm jumping ahead, I'm sorry, but I mean, like...
You mean terrible performance issues? Because so far I'm enjoying Survivor when it works.
You like that
Yeah.
mid-jump lag? You stay there for like 5 minutes and
And then I miss.
Yeah, the bites of food without the poop in it are delicious, but but there's still a lot of poop in it.
oh god.
I guess I should have got it on console,
Yeah,
man.
as we should have. EA. So that leads us to the next story. Is EA kind of sort of apologizes for poor Star Wars Jedi Survivor performance and says the problem is high-end hardware is one of the problems, and and Windows is a problem, and it's like fucking your fault. It's not my fault. It's your fault because fuck you.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it. It's only a percentage of players. It's only a percentage, and what percentage I can't tell you. But I just want to let you know that 100% is percent, and 50% is percent, but also 99% is a percent. But it's definitely someone else's fault. Also, give me fucking money. Is what.
Take
Yes,
some fucking
that's what I was
accountability.
gonna
Like
say.
Jesus Christ.
No,
like,
you
we
got it.
paid you for a fucking product that should be finished.
That's on you, bro. You should.
I'm sorry. His
Gotcha,
high-end
bitch.
computer.
Gotcha, bitch.
is
Yeah,
ruining it.
I get that's the weirdest thing ever, right? You pay more money so that there won't be problems, and then they're like, no, you specifically have problems. Now, low-end PCs
yeah.
are fine, and then I guess when we turn it down to a potato graphics, it still was at 15 frames. So some
13 was the lowest that we got, I think.
13 frames.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It's making it actually difficult for me to review to the point where even putting out an angry rant to hold y'all over or whatever because I'm not enjoying myself. Might maybe even have to buy the console version. But apparently there's patches coming out. I think just
One
this
today
morning.
for PC.
One today,
Okay.
and it fixed
Tomorrow's-
some
We'll
issues.
try. We'll try again today and tomorrow.
Yeah, and so people have been trying. A couple modders have been doing some interesting things to try to fix some of the frame problems. Seem to have fixed a lot of them. So it's like some of these problems, even in the mod community, they're able to figure out. I imagine Respawn and EA will be able to figure them out soon. But they have computers at Respawn.
Yeah.
And I imagine they tested it, and they're like, "Oh shit, this doesn't work." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Push it out anyway. We have pre-sales, and we already got their fucking money. What are they going to do? Refund? So
Yeah, so dying to there's a lot more problems with it than just
yeah.
frame rate because dying to the Mogu troll on planet Koba dying to this enemy can cause all your XP to disappear and be unavailable to get back.
that's a hard boss.
Yep. And then you have one where the game-breaking bug that you'll want to avoid, which is when you go to the what is it called? The Chamber of Duality. And once you complete this chamber and you exit via an elevator, immediately meditate and save at the meditation site, because if you don't and you die, you're going to be sent back to the chamber where fast travel at the meditation point is disabled and the elevator won't open and you'll be trapped and you'll have to start the game
completely
all over. Luckily, we haven't done that. That hasn't been an issue, but we have been experiencing some pretty fucked up shit. So
yeah, some people are blaming it on the de novo and some of the other things within the game. But again, they knew what it looked like before they released it. They released it anyway without, it's like, come on, like,
why? Why did you do this? It's that clearly Respawn needed more time, and that fucking apology is embarrassing. They're pushing the blame. Oh, Windows 11, Windows 10 users should be on 11, and they brought these graphics cards that are too high, even though they have a partnership with AMD. I have an NVIDIA, so maybe the AMD graphics cards are doing fine, but fuck me,
Yeah.
So I am sick and tired of shitty PC ports. It's like every fucking time a major release comes out on console, I have to actually worry that we're going to get a shit fucking PC port. And it usually
works. It's the new norm,
right? If
unfortunately.
it's a console geared exclusive and then they do a PC port, that's when you worry. Sometimes it's a PC and then they do console and then you don't have to worry. But they're like, the excuse is, well, Joe, it's 900 machines. I saw people defending them on Twitter. It's like, are you defending a fucking poor release date? What is life? I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I paid $70, not $60. I paid a $10 surcharge for the fucking thing on the PC to work. And because you said that development is a lot more expensive, and it's like, okay, I'm giving you more money, now make it work. And they said, no, it don't work. We'll fix it later. I'm like, no, fuck you. No, fuck you. Fuck you, give me money, is their response.
But Joe, I haven't had problems.
Right, that's, so there's all 900 different, that's like, motherfucker, Dead Island 2 on PC, we had like, what, maybe one crash?
Yeah, but that was OJ's fault.
It's OJ can do that. So a fucking
That's
Dead
a
Island
variable
2
for that
can
one.
work. Motherfucking Jedi Survivor can too. God damn it. And that's my rant.
Well, we're going to keep talking about it because Last of Us had a PC port that was dog shit.
Garbage.
Also very negative, but it got a patch this week, and it fixed some of the problems. So they fixed some of the frame rate issues, some of the other things. And the only reason I bring this one up is because how long ago did the Last of Us PC port come out? It was weeks ago. And so they release these games, and it takes weeks and weeks for them. People aren't necessarily you start playing, and you're like, man, this thing runs like shit, and then you don't want to play it, and then so you bought something that isn't, and then to compound all of this, Sony has confirmed that more PC ports are coming, and they're making a ton of money for Sony. So this is not the end of the low-effort PC ports where they're going to take something from their ecosystem, say, go fine, we'll throw you a bone, PC gamers, we'll give you these ports, but they're going to probably be dog shit like all of these other ones.
That's what sucks. It's like you can make even more money by making these ports work.
Yeah, but that costs money.
If it requires a delay, I think people are willing to accept a delay rather than being pissed off and having a really poor experience. Your first experience with the game is very important. You're going to remember these memories when you grow older, and you're just going to remember, hey, man, you remember Jedi Survivor? That thing came out like a piece of shit. It's a good game, but, you want to be like, hey, you remember Jedi Survivor? Holy fuck. That thing was nice. It's buttery smooth. And there's like one or two cutscenes that will run buttery smooth, and we're like, hey, that's nice. We're like, wow.
You can do that?
You can do that?
We got 90 frames per second in a menu one time, and it was just like, whoa,
You can do that?
it was great.
Super smooth.
But there's gaming experiences like Ghost of Tsushima that eventually come to PC because they've got it's got to come to PC, and you don't want to be playing that game at 13 frames per second because that is a wonderful game that I want a lot of people that especially ones who've never had the opportunity to play it on PlayStation to be able to play it. And if it comes out with a 30% mostly negative score on Steam, it sucks because like, the original team worked so hard on that game, and it's just probably a third-party company taking those files and lazily trying to convert them over, and that seems to be a really big problem. All right, let's talk about a company that I no longer like, that I
Which
talk shit
one?
on all the goddamn
There's a
time.
lot.
Hasbro, giant piece of shit. Wizards of the Coast, pieces of shit. So, the Pinkertons were the bad guys in Red Dead Redemption 2, and they're like a private security force that have existed in the United States, and they also would like beat up people trying to be in unions, and if you were trying to go on strike, they'd like break your kneecaps and stuff. Not historically been very nice people. They've done some things that I'm sure that they don't want to do. Well, Wizards of the Coast sent the Pinkertons, like the actual Pinkertons, to a dude's house because he got some magic cards way too early, and he was going to show them off on his YouTube channel, and they're like, well, we don't want you to do that, and so we're going to send hired goons to your house to threaten you and your wife.
It's
And
the implications.
Christ.
yeah, and so there is a non-stop bad PR faucet over at Wizards of the Coast, and it is open. So if you thought that things couldn't get worse for them after the D&D thing, where them taking away the open gaming license and then going no, we didn't mean to do that, this looks pretty bad.
Yes.
Now, the original story before Wizards of the Coast at their side is old school MTG had bought a bunch of product for a set, and it is March of the Machines. Now, the sequel to that set is March of the Machines Awakening. And he got sent a box of that, and so he was just going to open that up on stream, and Wizards of the Coast apparently, well, according to them, tried to get a hold of him and said, hey, or Aftermath, is the one. And they said, hey, don't open it up. There's an embargo date. We don't want you to do this. It's important for us to control like the drip of our stuff. And again, according to Wizards, he said no, and so that's why they sent the security force out. But this is just, again, a company constantly...
Security force. A
Security
Mattel
force.
security force.
Yeah.
What a wonderful Hasbro.
The Hasbro security
force.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Cool.
Wizards told Polygon, quote, as part of an investigation into the unauthorized distribution and disclosure of embargoed product, we repeatedly attempted to contact an individual who had received unreleased cards. After that outreach was unsuccessful, an investigator visited him and asked that he reach out to us as part of our investigation and return the embargoed product and packaging. He agreed to do both. The unreleased product will be replaced by us, in time, and we appreciate the individual's cooperation. It's like you hired thugs show up at your door in the morning and they start threatening you and your wife, making your wife cry. It's like, yeah, here, you take the goddamn magic cards. Don't shoot me or beat me up or whatever the hell was going on. But
We appreciate
That
your
is
cooperation.
fucking ridiculous.
But I guess in their minds, Joe, how else are they going to prevent him from fucking showing the cards?
Without threat.
How? If he's not responding to them?
don't send out bad product. I mean,
Yeah.
if someone in your factories or your distribution centers make a mistake, that's on you and your distribution.
Or steal your product
yeah.
and send it to somebody. There's really not a lot you can do. Well, Hasbro and Mattel says, fuck that. There is something we can do.
Pinkertons.
The police force. Our
Brute force.
Our toy
The
police
Brute
force.
Squad. I am the Brute Squad. Yeah. So, I used to love Wizards of the Coast. I still love D&D. I won't give them any more money for it, but I still love D&D. I still love Magic the Gathering. Not giving any more money for it, but it just breaks my heart because it's like
What? You lied, Alex. You're gonna give Magic a little bit more.
I don't buy new cards.
A little more money.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
If something
takes
amazing
something
comes out.
good.
maybe I'll trade old cards. No, because
I just want to help you. I don't want because I know you're lying.
I'll
It's
try
an
not
addiction.
to. I will. I haven't bought. So I missed the last pre-release, and I don't know the Lord of the Rings one. I can't say I'm gonna play. So I guess you're right. I am gonna play the Lord of the Rings set with some buddies, but I'll try to get out of
Pain
giving
a
them
lot.
real money. I don't know how to do it. Fuck Magic. Fuck D&D. Fuck Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. And the company I think is just.
I've been wanting to play the older Lord of the Rings card game. You play it with me?
I have some cards.
I think I have one or two decks where you play simultaneously the bad guys and the good guys. Yeah, so everybody has their own Frodo, and he's trying to get the ring. And, yeah. Well, interesting. I might want to play that Magic set too.
Oh, the Lord of the Rings ones, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know unless they send Pinkertons to my house.
But yeah. Well, if you accidentally, so this is a situation where the guys I didn't know what I have. It's like I don't believe you. You were just like, oh, cool, I get to put all this stuff out there, but This
gotta get
this
the
is
views,
wild.
too.
It's just, I don't know what Wizards of the Coast is doing, and it's harder and harder to support them in pretty much anything that they're doing. And so the only way to
They
tell them
seem like assholes in charge,
Yeah.
or at least in one of the divisions. How would you have liked them to handle the situation if the guy wasn't responding? Just let him post the
you
thing?
have to
Okay.
like if
He's
it-
like, yeah, it's our mistake. Somebody stole our product and put it out there.
look at what-
Or we incorrectly shipped it. That's on us. And
there's two
we'll do
wild
better next time.
there's two wildly different situations, right? If someone stole the product, you call the police. That's your outlet. No bad PR because it's a
yeah,
stolen piece of product. If
But
someone
the police are like, really? You want us to come out here for magic cards? They're going to be like, we're not sending an officer out for that.
but they had an outlet to do something like that if it was improperly acquired. Now, if someone at the factory is like,
fucked
they
up.
see a box that says March of the Machines, and they see one that says March of the Machines, and then there's, Aftermath, and they're like, whatever, it's all March of the Machines, it doesn't matter anyway. It's like, look, that's your distribution center. That is someone, you need to call their manager and get them fired, but you should not be able to send private thugs to someone's house and make his wife cry.
Yeah, because look at the PR you're getting right now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Yeah.
Now, if they would have sent him to Boogie's house, he would have shown. She would have pointed a gun at him and said, "Get the fuck out of here! Get off my property." That's it. And we are in Texas, so if they had sent it to us, I'd be like, "Who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here!" These are my cards. I found them. Okay, that's your fucking fault. They dropped off the truck. I didn't do anything
You didn't
wrong.
look.
I didn't steal it.
If you didn't steal it, it's not anything. But they're like, hey, it's ours.
Agreed.
It's like it's mine now.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Mine now. So
I don't see your name on it.
Try to entice him. It's like, look, we're sorry. We're going to give you some extra stuff.
See, that's how you do it,
give you
but you
extra
don't send the thugs. But you say, hey,
Yeah.
look, we will give you, I don't know, can we, how about,
We recognize it's our
how much
fault.
is it worth to you, Hasbro, that I don't reveal this? Like,
Exactly,
I need to work my
exactly.
channel, I need to build this. All right, we'll give you $5,000, or we'll give you, exclusive access to this or that in the future, and make an ally out of the guy instead of making him an enemy and threatening him.
in their defense, their message said they did try to do something similar. They just were unsuccessful in doing it. Whether they
Okay.
couldn't actually get a hold of the individual, or whether the individual just literally said no, or whatever it is. But again, just giant morons over there making the decisions.
Yeah.
So fuck Wizards.
Well,
Yeah, yeah. Fuck certain people at Wizards, because obviously, they also got their hand caught in the cookie jar, and I think
D&D.
they only reversed their decision because we all said, "Fuck D&D if you do this." Where you're, yeah.
Pathfinder 2E's looking real exciting. There's all sorts of new hardcover sets. Not that I'm biased in any way against one company or another, but there's some really cool.
I can totally see your side eye at fucking Hasbro or Wizards now.
Yeah, it's disappointing because they used to be a company that makes up a huge part of my life. Bought all their goddamn shit. But all right, anything else that you guys want to cover?
Yeah, I got a news story here that's near and dear to my heart. So magic near and dear to you. James Gunn gives an update on DCU's new Superman, Joe.
Okay.
He told us who he's casting.
Yep.
What? Angry Joe has exclusive information? I do. He said here, I know exactly, the type of person I want to cast. And then when he was describing him, I'm like, that sounds very familiar. He says, they have formally begun the casting process. He says, we actually have some really great choices, which I'm excited about. Gunn then discussed what he was looking for and what potential actors must bring. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Because,
I'm nervous.
It has to be somebody who has all the humanity that Superman has, but also he's an alien. It's got to be someone who has the kindness and compassion that Superman has, and he has to be somebody that you'd want to give you a hug. So, clearly, we can announce that other Joe
Surprise.
is going to be the next Superman. Mm-hmm. All the Supermen have been good, so we just have to add to that story. The motherfucker's describing other Joe. Joe, have you been in contact with James Gunn?
I signed an NDA.
Says here,
Yeah, Pinkertons
you
will
have
show up
to,
if
you
you
have
lose.
to have all the humanity. Who has more humanity than Joe? Who's more alien than Joe? He also has to be an alien. Who's more alien than Joe? Who has more kindness and compassion than Joe? And who do you want to give a hug more than Joe? Superman confirmed. I'll be on board with that one. So, yeah, I'm just nervous. I brought up the news story because he's about to announce the casting of. I don't know if it's about to, but, you know, he's getting close to casting Superman. And, yeah.
He also confirmed that the second Superman project, the Tahisi Coates one, is still ongoing too this week, and so that was kind of important because I was in the dark. I was in the dark about whether or not it's happening or not. And
Yeah,
he
me
confirmed
too.
it's like it's still very much happening.
Oh.
It's going to be an Elseworld story when it comes out. That kind of thing, similar to the Joker. So that's a cool thing.
Now that they have the two brands, and
Yeah.
that's one thing that I think that he's doing very well is separating them out. Because I always thought that Man of Steel, in my head canon, was an Elseworld story in the first place. This is a Superman who hasn't been out on the beat a long time. He was thrust as a young person who just showed up to fight 37 Supermans and him. So there's going to be some collateral destruction. There's going to be some learning curve. There's going to be some desperation in there. And I really like Man of Steel. Y'all should rewatch it. It's fucking great. And it's a damn shame that we didn't just carry over and you know, with James Gunn's vision with the actors that we have now. Though Jason Momoa seems very excited. He's still very excited. He says there's some badass shit coming to the DC universe. So we all think that he's been recast as Lobo because rumor has it.
Perfect casting. Right
It is.
It is.
It
fucking
is.
perfect.
And I've been saying that I want it for a really long time, and someone wished it into existence, and it's like I'm all for it.
But I'm gonna feel real sorry for that Aquaman actor that has to pick up the role after Jason, because that one was kind of perfect, like a new kind of perfect,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And then everybody's gonna be like, "You're the lesser Aquaman." So not only do you have to be Aquaman, but you have to be the lesser Aquaman. You're like, "Oh man." You remember that like CW TV show Aquaman when he came out of the beach?
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Maybe he'll at least be better than that one. Anyways, so that's your Superman news for today. Thank y'all very much for listening. Don't forget, on Friday, we're doing a charity stream.
Yep.
OJ's gonna eat bugs.
OJ and Alex are going to be taking the one chip challenge.
No.
Our community manager, you can make him eat gross shit as well. So come join us for that and give to charity. And then, thank you to our sponsors, Manscaped with the new Weed Whacker 2.0. And thank you guys to you for watching. And we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, everyone.
Guys.